What's up guys, welcome back to the next video on learning jQuery. My name is QDS and you guys watching my channel Crywood. Alright, so in the previous video we have seen the fade out. This video we're going to see what is the fade to. We have seen the fade in, we have seen the fade out, we have seen the fade. Now we're going to see the fade to. Keep in mind, just like toggle, the button we had hide in whatever, you guys can use the toggle with the fade in the previous video. You guys can do with toggle, but I'm going to cover that in future videos. So fade to, what is a fade to? For example, now if we press this button, it disappears. We don't want this to disappear. We want this one, say for example, to be a faint. We want it faintly visible. You guys can see like a background image. You guys can do that. So instead of this disappearing, this one, you guys can see that like opacity. If your opacity is 100%, or you guys turn into the say very fade, or fade picture, for example, you guys can do that. So here we're gonna say here fade to. We're gonna keep exactly the same setup, so that's pretty much fine. Here instead of the fade out, we have to put this one, say for example, now we're gonna comment this one, and comment this one. So we're gonna do the fade out. So what we're gonna do is the fade to, say $, and it's gonna be, the first one is gonna be img1, or you guys can use that one, img1 dot fade to. First one is going to be speed, whatever is you guys want to fade to. Say for example, you guys can do 2000 here. Then what we're going to do, and then we're going to do the opacity. Opacity is like 1 and 0. Say 0. For example, if you do 0.5, and I'm going to show you 0.5 how it looks. So first we're going to do the first image, and we're going to see what's the 0.5 in opacity looks like. So we're not going to do the two other photos. So what we're going to do, we refresh and fade. Look at here, only one picture fade out. So this is the 0.5. This is the 0.5. We put the photo. Look at this two is not disappearing because we want this one to keep this ones, you know, so we only apply to this photo here. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to do the exactly the same one to the second image and third image. So 0.5, and we're going to do the exactly the to the here the second, and for example 0.7 we can we can do 7, and this guy here image 3, this one's going to be 0.9, for example. So 0.9, see what's the 0.9 looks like. So we started from 0.5, 0.7, or 0.9. okay, so now we're going to check all of them is okay, and look at here. These ones are more fade because it's going towards 0. This is more prominent because it's 1. If you put a 1, it means it's visible. But if you go 0.1, it's going to be very faint. For example, if you put this one as 0.1, and this one is going to be 0.3, then this two is going to be extremely faint then compared to this guy here. So here now if I refresh, and you're going to see this one is nearly gone. This is okay, and this is still, you guys can faintly see, and this is more prominent. Why? Because this is 0.9. if you put a 1 here, it means there is no opacity. Opacity for 1, it means it's true, it's not going to disappear. So you're going to see here the first one, the second one, and this one, the third one is a prominent. It's not going to disappear. So this is the fade to inside the jQuery. That's how it works. You guys can say put a more faint. Say for example, if this one is 0.00, it's going to be disappeared. So 0, we can just put a 0. If you put a 0, it means it's gone. So here now we check, see, it's gone. So 0 is gone to in fade 2, but 0.5 or something like that you can do like this. If you put a 1, it means it's going to be here. So 0, it means completely gone. That's just keep in mind. So if you put a, say for example 0.2, and this one's going to be 0. Say for example 7, you guys can play around. You guys can see this one here now. So what this one looks like is a fade 2 for opacity of you can see whatever here. If you want to fasten this process, you can do this one, say 1500 the speed of milliseconds, say for example 1500, not 150, because 150 is very quick. Okay, so 1000, maybe this one is 1000 for example. Okay, so now you're going to see the speed is increased. You can check if they are going very slow. So the ones with 1000 ones very quick, 1000 was a little bit delay, and this one you can do with the slow as well. So we're going to see how the slow looks like. Keep in mind, because slow is a string, you can do with the slow. So slow is a string. You guys always put a string in double quotation. So what we're going to do here now, we're going to see fade out, and you're going to see like that. That's a slow. If you want to do apply slow to the second one, you can do so, or you can apply say 5000 to see it fades very slow, say 4000 for example. Now we're going to check, and now we refresh. We're gonna see, and that's what is going slow. This one is because that one's got a 4000, the delay process. That's a number of milliseconds. And this guy here, the second one, is opacity. What's opacity? Opacity, for example, if the opacity is you increase the opacity to 100, it means the photo is going to be very visible. But if you decrease the opacity, say all the way to 0, the photo disappears from the vision, from the view. So this is what is our you can say there is another word for that, is hidden or hide the photo. So when the opacity increases to say 1 or 100, it's very clear to the naked eye. But when the opacity is decreased and you're gonna put it all the way to 0, it's gonna be hidden. I forgot here, there is to like that to end the lines, but I didn't get any error, so it should be right. So now if you look in here, we're gonna try again. You look in here, fade 2 is in action. It's different opacities changing, so that's opacity. And you're gonna see here there is this one's 1 and this one's 0. Here 0.2. It means that if you put a 0.1, it's gonna be very faint. That's very rarely visible. So we're gonna do here then check. See, it's very faint. This one 0.7, this is 1. That's the difference between the opacities of fade 2. So fade 2 is a cool function inside the jQuery where you guys can play around with your images, with your text. You can put a good banner here in your website, or you can put nice things and put a cool animation to your jQuery. You guys can create an animation. You guys can create say lots of other things to impress your friends, or impress your family members, or to impress your teachers. You guys can do that. Or if you have a website, you can impress the users with your fade 2, and you guys are going to see the opacities in action. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, Cryowood. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I can't wait to see you guys in the next video, and bye.